Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Saturday, July 11th, 2026. Hey, that's 7-11. I have a sudden desire to go down to the corner. No relation to the company, though. The sun today is at 19, moving to 20 degrees of ultra-sensitive, often moody, but generally nurturing water sign Cancer. And the moon today is moving through the middle degrees of let's communicate and socialize and exercise our intellect, air sign of Gemini, which makes this, we're coming up on the dark of the moon now, the close of the lunar cycle, because this is the sign before the sign where the new moon is, which will be Cancer on Tuesday. We will have a new moon on Tuesday. It's Saturday, it ain't that far away. So this should be a moment where we're trying to finish up things that we've been meaning to do for a while, and just we need to conclude, and also to be a little bit more indrawn into our inner self. And that is important, especially today, because Gemini is not renowned as an internally directed sign. It's more of an outpouring, let's communicate, hey, let's go places and do stuff kind of energy. And it's a little tricky today. Why? Because early in the day, the moon at 9 degrees of Gemini conjoins Mars, the planet of energy, but often conflict. And that could get us into trouble pretty quickly if we're not careful. So you want to be careful of angry words or even angry thoughts, and know where your own energy is going. That is why I'm wearing my Peter Max shirt here today. You see, this is my friend Peter Max, the great pop icon, pop artist icon, and he's got a drawing here of our mutual guru, Swami Satchidananda, in meditation. And that's a good reminder today to be peaceful in your energy. Now, that moon conjunct Mars energy occurs early, 6:18 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 9:18 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 2:18 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So be a little careful first thing in the morning. Then the moon is unaspected for 9 hours until its next aspect in the afternoon, moving toward the evening at 14 degrees of Gemini, when it makes a harmonious 60-degree sextile to Saturn, the planet of responsibilities, sitting at 14 degrees of Aries. Now, that's not so bad. That is exact at 3:11 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6:11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 11:11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Moon sextile Saturn and lends a little discipline to our minds. So again, it's kind of one of those days where we take ourselves to task and need to sort of pass the test. Moon sextile Saturn says, okay, if you got to deal with authorities, this is a good time for it. But it's also about kind of getting a little bit more serious in your brain here. If you're doing some creative work, for example, be very meticulous, create the right form for it. So again, it's a little bit more of a serious day, even though if it's a weekend where you need to watch where your own energy is going. But if you do, things can turn out very well and be very peaceful. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website. Please do. starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy today, no matter what.